guys, this is Rachel, and I wanted to say welcome to my channel today, and I have a surprise for you. In some of my videos I probably mentioned that I just have this love-hate relationship with UV resin. I've tried so many different types of it. This one right here is actually one from Temu, and I think it's probably a dupe of the JD Diction one. But and I also have lots of the colored resins. Well, the surprise I'm actually holding in my hand, and this is another mold that I made with the mix to pour powder resin, and it's a shell. So I started a video on this, and I will get that finished, but I'm still just trying to figure out what I want to do with it. So let me go ahead and get first things first. Again, thank you to the channel, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up button and leave a comment. It really helps the channel to grow, and I really appreciate you. And it definitely does not cost anything to subscribe at all. It just helps to get my channel in more of the in the algorithms. It helps to get it out there more. So enough of that said, would you like to see what I have in my hand and the surprise? All right, so here we go. Look at these gorgeous little turtles. I don't know if you can see that. It's the underside of it. And look at the little details in it. Look at that. So I was making these late last night, and I thought, you know what, I should have did the video, but I just started going with it, and then I made another one to make sure the first one wasn't a fluke. And so I definitely want to make some more of these, because I want to make some more of these like shells, different sizes. And I'm not sure if I want to put one or two in these. And I could probably also make these into like necklaces if I drill like a little hole through that and put a little pinch veil thing in it. I don't know where all this fuzz is coming from on my gloves. I'm like, what is this? It's not good to have fuzz around resin. You know, I was using these gloves last night, and I thought they were fine. So I may have to change my gloves. I'll see. Anyway, but aren't these adorable? And they have the Abolone shells in it. These little shells right here, and I wanted to go ahead and do a video to show you how I made these little gems. All right. And can you guess what type of resin I used on these? Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Well, I probably gave it away at the beginning, saying that I have a love-hate relationship with UV resin. Move that out the way, because I'm thinking about putting some water in here and maybe like angling one of these in it somehow, but we'll see. We shall see. Because I actually thought I had some fish stickers, and I found some, but I'm not sure if I want to use those. I thought I just had some small black ones that look like silhouettes, you know, like of sharks and stuff, so it just looks like they're swimming. I could have sworn I had them. I probably do, but yeah, I put a sorry about that. I had a mishap with my astronaut. This is like my little table mascot. It's like my favorite thing, one of my favorite things I've made. Super, super cute. And I did do a video on this, and I think it's called Man in the Moon. But I'll send him back over there. Okay, so let's go and get started with this. I had just gotten this Temu silicone mold not too long ago. I may actually have just put that video up that I got this. It's not a shiny mold, and because it's probably made for like fondant or something. And I just saw someone else do a video, and where they were saying that the fondant molds do not have to be level, And I think that's probably the problem, because I kept noticing this thing seemed a little off yesterday. So you can see it's not quite a level mold. Resin tends to be self-leveling, so I had to kind of like turn it and stuff. So let me go ahead and show you how I did this. And this definitely cured all the way through. And I was really surprised. And I used this mold, which is typically with UV resin, you have to use the clear ones, work much better. And so I made 2 of these little things. This is like little charms, or you can put on the keychain or make a necklace or make earrings out of it if you have 2 of them. But they're, some of them are hard to see what they say. Like they say, I love you, mom, dad. Most of them are hearts with love and love mom. Well, I had another one that I made, this one, and it's kind of like leaped off the table, I guess. Who knows? But I used the pre-colored resin with this. I gotta change these glasses. They're driving me nuts. And this one I used the pre-colored resin, UV resin, and I think they're from Temu. They're either from Temu or Amazon. But the blue hardened and the red did not harden well. And believe me, and it's thin, and I have had this under the UV light a total of probably about 20 minutes, because I would do it for a few minutes and I just kept doing it, thinking like, well, what the heck is going on? But I figured something in that red dye that they use to color this is not allowing to harden. So if anyone else has had this problem, please let me know. I was just thinking the colored UV resin is probably going to be better for, like, if I wanted to make jewelry so the colors are consistent. But if it doesn't cure, then it's kind of like not really worth it. I don't think it will break or anything. It is just the heart's kind of bendy. So again, I don't think it will break, but I don't know. So, but I made another one that was kind of like a gray and with a light pink heart in it. This one right here. And that one hardened perfectly fine. So go figure. Okay, let's see here. What? I have to remember how I even did it, because, you know, when you're doing something like at 2 a.m. in the morning, it wasn't quite 2 a.m. I'm sorry. It was probably more like 11 or so. All right, so to start off with, I am using this little tiny turtle mold. And this is, oh gosh, it's called laser powder. And it's super shimmery. I've used this before, but I had like a blue-green one that was absolutely stunning in a different video. But this is called silver, and it's really, really pretty. Look at that. Look at that shimmer in it. All right, and this is from Temu. And so what I am going to do is I just have a little paintbrush that I am going to just kind of like outline the legs, and there's a little tiny rim around it. I don't know if you can see that, and just that, and the shell is the only thing that I am leaving undone. And so I did tuck some down in the head, and this mold has a really, really deep like the head goes really down into the mold, like, so you have to just kind of like, I'm just kind of like spreading it in here, and it's okay if a little bit gets down in the shell, because I'll use like a baby wipe to try to get that off. And I'm just gonna go around, and if you want, you can fast forward through this part. I'm just making sure that I get it all down in those grooves, and I'm just doing that outer rim of the top of the shell. And I don't know if you can see that. It goes on really pretty well. I'm just gonna like concentrating on this. Oops. And how is everyone doing today? I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. The weather is supposed to be raining here, so and the air pressure is really dropped down super low, so I can definitely feel it, where it really makes the brain fog kind of like a little more intense, and you know, it just makes you have that feel. If anyone's dealing with any type of autoimmune issues, you understand it. All right, let's see. I think I've gotten that pretty good. I'm just making sure that I didn't leave any little areas, because I do want the flippers to have that silver on it. And I want the legs, well, flippers, legs. I guess the front is called flippers. I don't know. I think I got a little too much in that shell. I'm just trying to go around the rim of this and get it tucked down into the head of it. It's kind of hard to tell if it actually goes down in there. All right, so that is done. Put the top on this so I don't accidentally bump it and knock it over. The one good thing about UV resin is that, you know if you have worked with it before, you don't have, it's not going to cure until you put it, until you cure it, cure it. So I'm just trying to get some of that out of that shell. Because if not, I won't be able to see the abalone. I think it's abalone shells. And I want to see those. You can see those nice and good. And it's not getting all of it out because it's such a small mold, and that can be just tedious. I'm just kind of like wiping it off from around the top so I can see what I'm doing and make sure I've gotten it everywhere that I want it to be. Hope my head wasn't in the way that entire time, as you can see. All right, and this is a soft mold, so it's easily demolded. Now I'm using 2 of the UV lights. I have that's the resin one that has the top and the bottom, but mainly I will be using this one. It's just a little handheld lamp one from like Temu, and I charged it back up so that it would be charged good. So starting off with what I am going to do is use the clear, and this is just the Temu one because it's open, so I want to use it up. And I'm just putting a little bit in, like, I don't know, a good sized dollop in there at the bottom, and I'm just kind of like getting it on the side, not all the way in the sides and stuff, because all I'm doing is trying to, I don't know if you can see that. It's just a little bit in there, and it's not even the size of a dime in there, and because I want to stick my shells in that. But actually what I am going to do, I'm trying to remember what I did for real. So I want to spread that a little bit thinner, so I'm just kind of like pulling that apart. So I'm just kind of like making sure it has like a thin layer all in that bottom of that shell. I'm not worried about the legs or anything. I hope y'all can see this. I'm not really sure how to make it bigger so that it zooms in. I'm sorry. And then I'm just going to use this UV light and kind of like, I'm just kind of like making sure it gets all the sides and everything. And I have to remember to keep this back out the way. They are in the black bottles, so hopefully if I get it too close to it, it won't matter. And one of the things I'll say about UV resin, it stinks. I do have my filters and things on, but I cannot stand the smell of UV resin. I mean, even not curing it, just it being the bottles, you get near the bottles, they stink. So I actually keep them in like another container. And let me see, where's my little pokey thing? And that is cured. All right, so what I am going to do now, with some tweezers, I am just like, what am I doing? So I'm taking these abalone shells, and I am going to set these, just kind of like put them in here. Some of them are super tiny. And I want to do it like on a single layer and try to get it up the sides a little bit, because I want that to kind of like show through. I want the whole shell to be like that. And you don't get very much of this. I'll have to order some more of it. And these I just got from Temu as well. Yeah, it's hard to get these to pick up because they're so thin. Yeah, I just dropped several of them in here. And when I have them like on a thin layer, just because double layering them, you're just wasting it. You know, if they're like doubled like this. Ah, I cannot get these to pick up. Come on. Ah, goodness. This is probably what takes the longest, just getting these in here. Oh, I feel like I'm dropping them everywhere. Is this one? I definitely don't want to waste these. All right. I'm just going to like spread them out, because some of them have collapsed on their cells. Oh, that was a nice one. Place that up there. All right. And now I'm going to put some more clear UV resin in it. Move this back. I am clumsy, so I need to make sure that I am just putting like a good layer of this in here. And trying to make sure there's no bubbles in it. That's one of the things, guys. UV resin has so many bubbles. If y'all know of one that doesn't have like a ton of bubbles, and I haven't noticed it so much on the clear one, but the colored one, the one with colors, have so many bubbles. And like, I think I can see like bubbles in here. I'm just trying to like let this run down. And it's okay if it starts to go down into like the head and the foot part now. But I just want to make sure there's no bubbles in it. And I can see some in there. And they're very hard to get out. Yeah. UV resin. I am still not the biggest fan of it, I guess. I'm just going to tuck some down in the head of it too. And I am going to poke this all the way down in there. And just try to make sure that there's no bubbles. Oh my goodness, the bubbles. Drives me nuts. Oh, there's so many of them. Is that something that's actually in the resin? I don't know, yeah. I do have one of these little torches. This, again, is not another one of my faves because it takes forever to light. And maybe I don't have it turned up. And it uses so much of the refillable propane stuff, and it's never really worked for me. It's such a headache. And I just filled this last night, so I don't know if this stuff evaporates or what, but it's annoying. Yeah. And I got these from Amazon. I probably paid like 10 bucks for 2 of them, but it's so annoying that it doesn't work. And I do have this stick lighter one, which is what I'm gonna have to do, because I guess I think it evaporates. I don't know. If anyone else has had any of these, I got them from Amazon when I first started doing resin work, and let's see here. And this, ooh. Whoa, that scares me. Whoa. I don't know. All right, I'm just gonna go for it. I don't see anything. Yep, so I'm just kind of like putting this on it. I'm just like holding it near the head area so that cures down in there. And feel free to fast forward through this. If y'all can see that. All right, that's cured. All right, I am going to put another layer of the clear in. I just want to get that head up there kind of like filled up, so I'm just squirting some down in there. And when it overflows, it's, you know, back into the body part. I'm just filling the body up to the legs, because the legs I will be doing a different color. All right. I'm just gonna kind of like make sure it's all along the sides, like poking that in there. Up under the shell, the little ridge part. Like, am I recording? I am. It's hard to look at the camera to see where everything's pointed at, and then I'm just trying to make sure I get these bubbles out, because these bubbles, again, this, see, it's, y'all probably can't, I know y'all can't see the bubbles, but I can see when it looks kind of, you can tell when there's a bubble there. You can like feel it. And I'm just kind of like going all along the edges. I think I can put just a smidge bit more in there. And I'm gonna kind of like just tap this, and hopefully if there's any bubbles, it release yourselves. this gets to be a little tedious. It's just the bubbles that drive me nuts. So many. All right. And this scares me because it's like, it's hard to control. I don't know if I can turn the flame down a little bit more, maybe. But trying to push it. Do I have it down to the lowest? I don't know. It probably was the lowest. I can't see it, so I don't know. All right. Now let's get the UV light on it. I mainly want to concentrate on the head area because it's a little bit thicker. Really brings those shells to life. All right, all cured. All right, now for the, I think this is the color that I used last night because I have two blues and I think this is the one that I used. So, well, this is the one I'm using now. Oh, it doesn't have much in these, oh, these bottles. Oh no, am I out of it? Oh no. Alright, now. Alright, so I'm just trying to get this all in those legs. The legs go way back in there. So I'm just squeezing it in there until it fills itself up. Oh my gosh, I hope I have enough. I guess that's one downfall too, because the bottles are so small. Maybe out of it. Oh no. It's like, oh no. Trying to match this would be, oh no, I think I am out. Oh. Now let me at least get the perimeter of the legs and stuff. So. I think I got it now. Ooh. This, you definitely have to poke down in there because it has, get it all down in those legs. See here. You're just going up under the rim. And you can see how it's gone down quite a bit because there's probably lots of little areas, especially this flipper right here. It just seems like it's got like a bottomless pit right there on that side. And it's this one right here. Yeah. Make sure it's no bubbles in there. this. That's all I need of that one. And I will fill it up, but with a clear. Just trying to give it some time to degas and get out any bubbles that might be in there. Give it a chance to settle. Sure, keep wiping this off, because if it gets near that light, it will cure on you, and I don't want to have to replace tools. All right. So I'll do this several times, and it cures. Just trying to move it back and forth. But I would like to get, to try to find a mold where it looks like it's a silhouette of like the sea life, and try to, it looks like there was a bubble right there. I don't know. Hopefully not. And one of the flippers on the first one that I did, it's like it had a bubble at the tip of the fin, so I had to keep filling it with UV resin after I cured it, because I'm like, wait a minute, what is this? It was popping up a bit. Holding it on there, because this is a thick project. Let's see. Yep. Let me, actually, what I am going to do is just pop it in here for like 3 minutes, just so that I put it in a two-sided one, so that it can just make sure it's cured good all the way through. And I am going to put like the clear on the top of it to level it out. I need like several of these so that I can kind of like do them all at one time. But I figure I would just make a bunch of them, and that way I would have them made already. And I could probably use, I could probably get some charms or something, or I don't know. But I just thought these were super cute. You know, I could make, I don't know, necklaces. They're probably too heavy for earrings. But a necklace, a pretty necklace, and just fillers, you know, and sea life. All right. That's probably about done. Yay! So if any of y'all done anything similar to this, like UV and the pink molds, and how has it worked for you? And again, have you used some of the different color resins that just don't seem to want to cure? Now, it's funny, this dark resin cures. It's like a dark blue, grayish blue, but the red would not cure. So, I'm thinking it's probably the red dye or whatever is used in it that prevents it from curing all the way, because I was constantly using this. I used this. I went like so many different rounds of it. Okay. And let's see. All right, that sounds more. Listen. Yeah, that sounds nice and cured. Okay. Now, so let's put some more on the clear and just kind of top it off. And one of the things UV resin shrinks too. I guess all of the resins do. I don't know. But this UV really shrinks. This clear doesn't get so many bubbles. I think it's more the, I'm just kind of like tapping it. So if there's any little crevices or anything, it will go down. I just want to make sure it's level. You can see that. All right, let's try to get you cured. You can see it's like a pretty blue, black, gray. And that shimmer's coming from like the mold. I want to make sure I'm holding it straight. So, walking and chewing gum some days, man. Here, let me put this back down here because it looks like it's getting that wonky. And it's like it, I don't know, still right back to that love-hate relationship with UV resin. It cures kind of wonky like. You can see it more once you get the backing on it. Like this one cured nice and smooth. And then you got this one, it looks kind of wonky. It's not nice and like level. Let's see. All right, guys, I'm going to pause this for just a bit because I'm going to finish curing it with this and then put it back in this for about 3 minutes, and then I'll be back to demold it. Okay, I am back to demold this. Let's see here. You hear that sound? All right, it's all nice and cured. And let's just do this. This mold is super, super easy to demold. And let's see. Comes nice and clean. There's still some glitter in the areas, but you can wipe it out. I just wipe mine out with a baby wipe, or either just wash it out with warm soapy water. All right, here we go. You ready? That's the back. It's like you grin, clench your teeth. It's like, okay, here we go. It's pretty. Look at it. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, let's see. Can you see that? You see the, oh, wow. Look at those shells inside of it. Oh, it's like when you do a project and it comes out like anywhere near like what you would love for it to come out, and you get the design that you really, really like. Oh my goodness. It's just like, here, let me take these off. All right, let's get these gloves off. I'm done with these gloves. They have enough fuzz on it. All right, you know what? Okay, so this one, I should have took my gloves off so fast. Does feel a little tacky. I'm gonna actually put this back in here, and I will let that set for a few moments, and then it should be cured pretty good. Now these, I don't think they felt tacky when I took them out. Now just that top part did. So I'm hoping that it turns out the same way these do. But yeah, they're so cute. I'm so excited about it. It's like, oh my gosh. And this was just kind of like, okay, how do I do this? Because, you know, if you do this with regular epoxy, you have to do it in multiple steps here. You can really see this one's crooked. Look how unlevel that one is. It's so thick on this side. You can see it better. Yeah. And it's the same on the bottom. So yeah, first I thought I was imagining it. I'm like, wait a minute, is this just not, you know, what am I doing wrong with it? Because I could tell the very top layer, it looked a little wonky like that. And, oops, where's my little pokey thing? I'm just trying to make sure there's no tackiness on that top layer. And I'll do this a couple times. Oh yeah, that's much better. I'll do that a couple times, give it maybe 2 rounds of like 5 more minutes, just to ensure it's nice and solid. But yeah, that turned out really nice. Oh, it turned out so cute. I don't know if you can see those like little flecks of blue, that shell in it. You see that? Oh my gosh. All right, I'll take some close-up pictures and go ahead and get this posted. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it helps someone else that might be trying to look as to how to make like little figures or something that they can use in their resin projects. But yeah, this was just kind of like, I'm sure someone else has done it, but for me, this was like, oh my gosh, let me try. And then it's like, oh my gosh, it turned out good. Okay, thank you for watching, everyone. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and a thumbs up and leave me a comment. I do my best to be able to respond back to the comments, but you know, some days you get the brain fog and it's like, oh, I got a comment? Okay. All right, thank y'all for letting me come into your life to spend these few moments in it, and I hope you have a wonderfully blessed day. And don't forget, JLU. Bye.